Hey guys, it's game day and Johnny Wolfpack is cruising down the main drag here in Santa Clara, California, and I'm thinking about what to do for game day today, and there's nothing better on a game day than chicken wings. Now I've just passed Wingstop, I've just passed Buffalo Wild Wings, I've got Wing King over here to the right. I got so many wing places. Where should I stop? Well, guess what? None of them. We're not stopping at any of them because today on Johnny Wolfpack Cooking, we are going to do the famous 0 to 400 wings, Johnny Wolfpack style. So get ready, buckle in for this episode of Johnny Wolfpack Cooking. So we're going to make a quick brine, marinade, whatever you want to call it, for our chicken wings. So I've got some pickle juice right in the jar, about a cup, maybe a little bit more. I'm going to take about a cup, maybe a little less. That's maybe, I don't know, yeah, about a cup of Greek yogurt and some Southern Swicey. I'm going to estimate about a tablespoon. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm gonna mix this guy up. Easiest way to make a marinade, right? A brine, because I can just mix it all in this pickle jar. And I'm gonna take my wings. They are in a Ziploc bag. I'm gonna pour my concoction right on top of it. Seal it up. Let that guy ride in the refrigerator. I'm gonna roll with these guys marinating for about 2 hours because I'm hungry. So we'll be back. All right, so I've taken my wings out of the brine and they look fantastic. And I know they're gonna pop with flavor because of that brine. I'm just patting them dry. Then what I'm gonna do is take some of the Southern Swicey and I'm going to season this side of them. I'm not gonna go too heavy, but heavy enough, if that makes sense. Beautiful. And I'm gonna flip these guys over and I'm gonna do the other side. And then, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, Johnny Wolfpack, what is your grill temperature at? It's at 0 right now because today we are going the 0 to 400 method. So I'm gonna put these on a cold smoker. And I'm gonna crank it up from 400. I'm gonna let them go from 0 to 400. And I've seen it. You're gonna be the first one to see it here on Johnny Wolfpack. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, you'll be the first to know, but I think it will. Now, to make it easy on myself, I'm gonna take a rack and I'm gonna place these wings on this rack because it's easy to move all of them at once. I'm also going to flip these about halfway through. So I can just have them all ready to go, flippage, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'll see you outside at the smoker here in just a minute to show you what we're gonna do next. All right, Johnny Wolfpack here in the outdoor kitchen. Smoker is not on yet. I've got the wings here. I'm gonna place them on a cold smoker. Yes, a cold smoker. I'm gonna put them on at 400 degrees, right there in the middle. That's good. I'm gonna close the lid. I'm gonna crank this guy up to 400 degrees. In 30 minutes, we're gonna come flip them, and then we're gonna let them ride for another 30 minutes. So I'll be back, kind of walk you through the process. 400, here we go. All right, it's been 30 minutes. I'm gonna come out here and check on these wings. Before I do, I'm just gonna give a shout out to RecTech. I've got this Bullseye, and it's one of my favorite cooking vessels. It's a smoker, but I use it as a grill because it can crank up to high temperatures. So let's check these guys out. Ooh, they look really good. They look like they're ready to flip. So I'm just gonna take the time. I'm gonna flip them over. I think the 0 to 400 Johnny Wolfpack way is gonna work, but we're gonna find out here in about another 30 minutes. So we'll be back. I know there's a lot of barbecue sauces out there on the market, but I dare you to try this Backyard Red and tell me that it's not one of the finest you've ever tried. It is exactly how I like my barbecue. It's got a little sweetness on the front end, but then you get that vinegary, peppery tang that balances it all out. I'm telling you folks, I've eaten barbecue all over the United States, and this represents that barbecue. So I don't care whether you're a pit master or just a backyard cook. Go to johnnywolfpack.com and order you some Backyard Red and thank me later. All right, so these guys are ready, but I'm going to glaze them a little bit. So I warmed up some Backyard Red. I put about a tablespoon of butter in there with it. I melted it. The butter's for a mouthfeel and a silkiness. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to drizzle these like that. Look at that. Look at that. I'm not going to do all of them because I want some of them spicy or some of them saucy, some of them not saucy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these back on the smoker for about 4 minutes to kind of glaze it up there, and it is going to be oh so delicious. Now you'll notice I used this aluminum pan here. It caught some of the drippings down there. I could keep going back and forth and taking these drippings from down there and putting it back on here, but I'm so damn hungry I want to put it back on the smoker, so hang on just a minute. All right, so I believe the 0 to 400 wings worked perfectly. We're gonna bite into one. Now I didn't use, some people will put the, baking powder in the mix. I didn't do that, as you saw. I'm gonna try one of these. This is one that we poured some Johnny Wolfpack Backyard Red on. You could hear the crunch, right? Skin is crispy. Flavor, of course, is beyond reproach with the Southern Spicy and the Backyard Red. Guys, this is how I'm going to do wings from now on. 0 to 400. It's game day. Gotta have wings. Perfect recipe for it. Until next time. Folks, I didn't do you justice. I need to talk more about these wings. The 0 to 400 wings. Now, I took a bite, told you how good it was. I didn't mention the fact that you can taste the brine. You can tell they were brined. They're still moist. They're delicious. And Mrs. Wolfpack actually said it took her back to when she was younger, to the backyard barbecue that her families used to have. And to me, that's what it's all about. That's what the Backyard Red is all about. The Southern Spicy combined with the Backyard Red brings you back to your childhood.